I was getting tired of a four-piece band as Railroad Jerk, and then I said, I'm starting a side project with my drummer.
Oh, it's so hard when I'm with you.
White Hassle was inspired by the name Street Hassle, as well as the hamburger chain White Castle. We really came into our own as a duo. We recorded some songs, then Matador Records agreed to release the national chain.
It's so hard. It's so
I didn't know what I was in for. And there was New York City. There's a certain currency to the word New York. Oh, good question, doctor. Railroad Jerk, I was pursuing something, a certain vision, a certain angular kind of a confrontational aspect musically and artistically. And then I started feeling that I could explore something that was a little more beautiful. It was a progression.
going, fast talking. I saw you jaywalking, looking in parked car windows to see your own reflection.
I was able to string together a bunch of lyrics that expressed something about how I felt as a single man living in New York, called Life is Still Sweet.
Life is still sweet. Life is still sweet. Just forget what I said last week because life is still sweet.
It was interesting that something which came so directly from my experience and my heart did resonate so strongly. This sounds kind of calculated because it is, where you're at a club or a bar and there's a cute girl. I would sit next to them, take off my coat, and then turn to them and say, can you wash my coat for a few seconds? And I can go to use the restroom. And then when I come back, we have something to talk about. I was meeting new people, and in New York City, there's always a chance that you might bump into them again. And there was one in particular that I really liked, but I felt so guilty just being with her, even though I had broken up with the previous girlfriend.
I saw your new boyfriend.
I don't know if that's me because of my own issues and fears of letting go, or, I mean, I dated a number of people during that 10 years, and it was fun, but also difficult because I did want a real relationship. After a while, I began to wonder if it wasn't them, but it was more me. That led me to seek out a therapist. So I get down on myself, and that's where the guilt comes from. And it's something kind of narcissistic.
I can't imagine.
The New Yorker just kept hiring me. New Yorker was recognized as the top of the heap for a lot of illustrators. And I was surprised, like, why me? I haven't proven myself or anything. I felt like I wasn't even nearly as good as a lot of the other illustrators that they used in the magazine. Maybe every illustrator feels like that, and maybe the fact that I felt like that caused me to do the best I could. Part of my skill set is to brainstorm and come up with ideas. The art director will say, here's the manuscript, read it, I'll make a batch of sketches. I got word from our booking agent that Isaac Brock, the singer from Modest Mouse, was a fan, and he got tattooed on his arm, Life is Still Sweet, inspired by that song. And then he signed me for a record.
Compromising, solarizing, breaking up can be pulverizing. You can be all you want, dear. Don't forget your riot gear.
It's long been sort of the holy grail for illustrators to be on the cover of the New Yorker. And I knew that, and I felt somehow that it was within reach, so I reached out for the covers and got encouraged to submit ideas. The first New Yorker cover that I did, actually, but I have this book that I got somewhere called the Dictionary of Cultural Literacy. It just compiles the things in our Western culture that we all sort of know. When in Rome, do as the Romans. We all say that, we know what it means. And I remember flipping past the religious section and seeing a drawing of Adam and Eve, and I thought, oh, wouldn't that be funny if they were being cast out of the Garden of Eden, and the Garden of Eden was Manhattan. And that was the first cover idea that I sold to the New Yorker, and the first cover that I did. I realized that some illustrators submit for years before they get something accepted. So I was lucky. I started wondering, can I prove myself again? White Hassle had run its course. The demise was felt rather than spoken about. Dave, our drummer, wanted to settle down, and White Hassle started with me and him. So when he was exhibiting other interests, then we disbanded, and I pursued a solo career. I finally got a bigger apartment, and that was a change in my life, a big step forward, planting some roots that were permanent, and by doing so, I felt established in terms of who I was. I felt like a New Yorker.